Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the final race in season number 3 of the Napa Truck Series. This is the NRLOA Podcast 250 here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and we will determine the season 3 Napa Truck Series champion here today. It is going to be one of four drivers, and whoever finishes highest of those 4 drivers wins the Napa Truck Series Championship. We have Stuart Gratton starting on the pole in the number 19. Third place is Cookie Helms in the number 29. Fifth place is Marty Johnson in the 4, and Jack Porkins in the number 6 rounds out the final 4 drivers, starting in 7th place for this one. And they all start on that inside lane because the outside lane does tend to fall back here at Homestead, and we really don't want to put those championship contenders on that outside lane and have trouble here today. So they're all up front, they're all on the inside, and most likely the winner of this race will be the champion as well. But we got 36 other guys in the field looking to steal a win at the end of this season. Yes, all 8 of the part-time drivers this season are in this race, all 40 of them. Quite a few guys in the field for this truck race. It's the most we have ever had for a Napa Truck Series race. And that could get in the way of these championship contenders. We're just going to have to see. And I let you guys know who the 4 championship drivers were. I'm going to go ahead and give these guys the roll off. And you guys will see the starting lineup on the bottom of your screen. It is Stuart Gratton starting on the pole in the number 19. We're going to go ahead, reset it, so that John Andrews can start there in the back of the field. Okay, now everybody's going to start in this one here for the NRLOA Podcast 250, the last race in the Napa Truck Series Season number 3. As I said, it's Stuart Gratton starting on the pole. Alongside him, it's Cameron Garlington, the Season 3 Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion. All to the outside of him there, we have Cookie Helms, a championship driver in the number 29, alongside the Season 4 Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion and Season 5 championship hopeful, Matt Dallio. We got Marty Johnson, a championship driver, starting in 5th place alongside Rockingham winner Sam Cannons. Then we got the 6 of Jack Porkins, the Pocono winner, a championship contender there in the number 6, starting in 7th place behind the other 3 championship contenders on that inside lane. He has Aiden Shepard to the outside of him, Andrew Ivers, Zachary Fitzwater round out the top 10 starting positions. The pace truck has pulled off, and the final race in season number 3 of the Napa Truck Series is about to begin. Will it be Gratton, Helms, Johnson, or Porkins? We'll find out in 25 laps here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Coming to the line to take the green flag, we're racing here at Homestead. And Gratton gets the advantage on the start. You see that outside lane falling back. That's why none of the championship contenders started up there. They all start up front for a reason, because they are the championship contenders. We do not want them to have to move their way through the field and contend with traffic and contend with guys who are not battling for the championship. Of course, since we have to have everybody in the race, we can't fully avoid that, but we want to avoid that as much as possible. And that's why they all start up front the way they do. Stuart Gratton leads the first lap of action. He's in the championship position right now. Marty Johnson, the championship driver, getting stuck on the outside. That is not a good place to be. He's 3 wide up there. Gratton continues to lead in the number 19. Cookie Helms is going to get put outside by Sam Cannons. You know, with all these guys in the field wanting to get a win in this last race of the season, it can really get in the way of all these championship contenders who start up front, but that's just the way it is. The first time we've had this format for the Napa Truck Series, where in the final race, the final 4 drivers, whoever finishes highest of those 4 drivers gets the championship. And it's going to be the only season like that, as well as I do plan to get rid of it for the Napa Truck Series and not even start it for the Turkey Hill Series when that starts up in September. The next time the Napa Truck Series plans to run is September 2017. It's going to be a while before we can get to this series again. The Turkey Hill Series is going to start in late September of this year, and I have decided that we will go ahead and use the traditional championship format. So this is the only time that either the Napa Truck Series or the Turkey Hill Series is going to be using this championship format. And for these four guys, it's a golden opportunity to grab a championship for the first time in their career. There goes Cookie Helms to the inside of Stuart Gratton, not only for the lead of the race, but for the championship lead. The first four drivers are all championship contenders here in the NRLOA Podcast 250 at Homestead. It is Cookie Helms, the guy who won the first race of the season at Daytona, leading the field in the number 29, his teammate Stuart Gratton behind him. Here comes Jack Porkins in the number 6. He's going to get to the inside of Stuart Gratton for second, but Gratton might get a run off the outside. It's the thing about this racetrack. The outside lanes can work. They really can. But the inside lane is the safest place to be because sometimes you can really get messed up on that outside lane. Marty Johnson trying to put Stuart Gratton on the outside and trying to get that 19 to fall back. These guys are getting a little bit crazy up here. And I think they got a little too crazy as Trey Barta, who's going to be a Final Four driver tomorrow for the Chick-fil-A 500 win around. And I do believe that's John Arndt in the 05. And the race back to the line will be won by the 29 of Cookie Helms, who is in the championship position. Right, no, my! That was close. Andrew Ivers and Cameron Garlington. Why did I almost say Stuart Gratton? I have no clue. Oh, no! Sam Cannon's just spun championship contender Marty Johnson. Oh, my goodness. Did the 4 hit anything? I don't know. Just going to have to see. I think Marty Johnson's going to be okay. That is big right there. That is just cheap. There's no point in that at all. I don't know what was going on, but the part-time driver of Sam Cannon's just went right into the 4 of Marty Johnson and spun him around down the back. Anyways, Cookie Helms is the championship leader. I do believe Marty Johnson avoided any contact with the wall, and if he did avoid contact, he's good to go, nothing to worry about. But still, scary moment there for Marty Johnson. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the caution here in the NRLOA Podcast 250 at Homestead. This is really very interesting because the guy's getting involved in this crash. You see Jesse Turner getting up into Trey Bartow, spinning him around. That's when Tristan Allen gets into Jesse Turner. That's when the 41 goes around here. But all these guys are longtime veterans of the series. That 41 barely misses the 00 of Elijah Gordon, but John Arndt has nowhere to go up there. And hard contact for the 05 in this one. Replay this in real time as Bartow goes around in the 41. And it's in turn number 2 where John Arndt hits him hard. It's a tough break for those guys, a minor crash there. We're going to go ahead and see what happened to Marty Johnson on the cool-down lap. And this is totally unnecessary from Sam Cannon. See, he goes down, and he clips the 4, and it goes around. I mean, if this was the real thing, Sam Cannon's would be getting a black flag. He definitely would be, but this is just a video game. The computer controls all of the cars, and whatever happens, happens. That's just the way it is. We know that coming in, and even though that shouldn't have happened, even though in a real-life situation that would obviously look like it would be intentional, this is just a video game. It's a computer controlling the trucks. We have no control over what happens, and it does appear that Marty Johnson's going to be okay. He just tapped the inside wall minorly on the back end of his car, so he should be good to go. But still a very scary moment for the championship contender there. All 4 of the championship contenders are starting in the top 5, restarting in the top 5, I should say. Let's see how they do on the restart here in the NRLOA Podcast 250. Back here for the NRLOA Podcast 250 in the Napa Truck Series Season number 3. Finale race here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. And all 4 of the championship contenders are starting in the top 5. That's Cookie Helms, Jack Porkins, Marty Johnson, and Stuart Grattan. They all got a great shot at getting the championship here today. Sam Cannon starts in 4th place right now in the 74. I don't think Marty Johnson's too happy with him, though. You might want to watch what happens between the 4 and the 74 in this one. But anyways, Cookie Helms, Jack Porkins, Marty Johnson, Sam Cannons, and Stuart Grattan. 4 of those guys are championship contenders. Let's see which one of those 4 can get the lead of the other 3 in this race. We're back to racing here in the NRLOA Podcast 250 at Homestead. And Helms pulls away in the 29. Trying to get a gap from the rest of the guys in this field. You got Jack Porkins right behind him here in the number 6. He might be getting a run as he has a little bit of help from Marty Johnson. The Pocono winner trying to get to the inside of the Daytona winner. Not going to be able to do it quite yet. And Marty Johnson, remember, he went around on the cool-down lap of that caution. Here he is, trying to take 2nd away from Jack Porkins, but he can't quite get to him. Stuart Grattan trying to get around Sam Cannons and making an all-top 4 championship contender field. And at the moment, all 4 of the championship contenders are in the top 4 spots of this race. That's really going to make it interesting. It could come down to the last lap of this one. Marty Johnson to the inside of Jack Porkins. That's for 2nd. But Cookie Helms continues to lead in the number 29. I think Helms has a really good shot here. One of the least experienced drivers in the field. Of course, then again, you got to think, he won the NRLOA Big One. That's a big deal right there. This guy is pretty good. But so is this number 6 here of Jack Porkins. Both of these guys have limited experience here on NAPAFan, but Porkins has done a fantastic job in the chase so far, and I think he's got a good shot at getting it done here today. There goes Stuart Grattan. Definitely the most veteran driver we have in the Final 4. Marty Johnson to the outside of him, and Grattan's going to get around the 4. Of course, Marty Johnson, he's been racing for quite a while here on NAPAFan. Relatively veteran driver. I think he's got a lot under his sleeve, though, because he is the only Final 4 driver to win 2 races this season in the Napa Truck Series. But he's stuck on the outside. Cookie Helms going for the lead to the inside of Jack Porkins once again. And how is it that these 4 championship contenders all get the first 4 positions in the field? I don't know. But it's definitely going to make for a great championship battle here at Homestead. There goes the 19. He's getting a draft on his teammate, Cookie Helms. I'm not sure if they're going to help each other here or what, but I don't think they will be because, you know what, they're battling for a championship against each other, so that's not going to be happening. But this 19, he's drafting on that 29, and I just saw a couple of slow cars ahead of this. That's probably Trey Bartow and John Arndt. And if these guys catch up to these guys who are running slow, it's going to shake things up tremendously. Trey Bartow, like I said, he's a Final 4 driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. That might not be the only place where he determines the championship, because he's going to be the first guy these guys come to. And my, they're going to split them, and they almost crashed. Porkins got into the outside wall. It is a breakaway for Cookie Helms and Stuart Grattan. The 6 of Jack Porkins got into the outside wall, and Marty Johnson is still stuck behind John Arndt. How about that? That's it for Marty Johnson. Johnson's not going to be able to move his way through the field in time. Look at all these cars to the inside of him here. I say cars, they're trucks. I've probably been doing that all season long. Now Marty Johnson stuck behind Trey Bartow. He is done in the number 4. Our last winner is not going to be able to get it. Jack Porkins is a little too far behind at the moment as well. I think it's going to be between Grattan and Helms. It was between Grattan and Helms when we qualified over on NAPAFan 2. They tied for the top position. Grattan was able to edge him out because of the tiebreaker. Cookie Helms, he wants to edge out Grattan for this one. We're just going to have to see. It's 7 laps to go in the NRLOA Podcast 250 here at Homestead. And right now, the championship race is between Stuart Grattan and Cookie Helms. Where did he come from? Aiden Shepard in the 68. Trying to mess with these guys up front. He might get to the inside of Stuart Grattan. Not going to be able to do it quite yet. He is to the inside of Cookie Helms, however, and that is what Grattan wants to see. Stuart Grattan, you all know what he's had in his career here on NAPAFan and elsewhere in NR 2003. It hasn't really been that good. But this summer has been, I guess you can say, I don't know. It's been really good for him compared to what he's had previously in his career. It's been a great season for Stuart Grattan in the Cup Series and here in the Truck Series. I think he is going for possibly his first ever championship in NR 2003. I could be wrong about that, but I know for sure that he is definitely going for his first championship here on NAPAFan. I've known him for well over 2 years, longer than basically anybody else that signs up here on this channel. He's been in practically more races than anybody else on this channel as well, but he's had some of the worst luck you could possibly ask for. Stuart Grattan, however, is leading the championship battle here at Homestead with now only 4 laps to go. And I think this thing might be shaping up to be something big. But I think it's going to be between Helms and Grattan. Shepard and Helms have been going side by side for multiple laps here. That is not good at all for the 29. He cannot get around this 68. Jack Porkins has fallen back to this other pack here. He might get a run with the help these guys are giving him. But it's looking like Stuart Grattan, the pole sitter of this race, might be able to pull off with it. Pull away with it. I don't know. Haven't really been too clear on this one, have I? But hey, it's the championship race. Who cares about my announcing? You're focusing on this race and who's going to get the championship. And right now, Grattan, Stuart Grattan, has 2.5 laps to go. He's trying to win his first race of the season here in the Napa Truck Series. He has been winless so far this season. But not only is he trying to get the win here in the NRLOA Podcast 250, he's trying to get the championship as well. It's 2 laps to go, and Cookie Helms is still stuck on the outside of Aiden Shepard. I don't know. Helms got to get around this guy or even fall back because he cannot go side by side any longer. That side-by-side racing is really hurting the 29, but I think he's going to finally clear him. He's not going to do it. He's not going to get the run. Stuart Grattan, I never thought I'd ever be saying this. Stuart Grattan takes the white flag for the championship here in the Napa Truck Series. 1 lap to go. He's got it. Helms is not going to be able to get to him, and Porkins is way too far behind. After so much bad luck in NR 2003, Stuart Grattan is finally going to get a championship. Coming off of turn number 4, the number 19 of Stuart Grattan wins the Season 3 Napa Truck Series Championship. How about that? Once he got around the 29 of Cookie Helms, it was done. And Stuart Grattan is your champion for Season number 3 of the Napa Truck Series. How about that? And not only that, that's 2 wins in a row on NAPAFan for the 19 of Stuart Grattan. He won the Phoenix race in the Cup Series. Even though he's not in the chase over there, he won the Phoenix race yesterday. And that's 2 wins in a row for Stuart Grattan. But this win's even bigger than that one he got yesterday because it gives him the championship in the Napa Truck Series. When Cookie Helms got stuck on the outside of Aiden Shepard, he had no chance at getting the Stuart Grattan. Now, if there were a few more laps, I think Porkins might have been able to get to the 19, but he just did not have any shot at all because he was too far back. He got stuck on the outside of Trey Bartow and hit the outside wall, and that's what really sealed the deal for the 6. Then it was a battle between Helms and Grattan was able to best the number 29 of Cookie Helms in this one. Marty Johnson fell back to 37th. I'm not entirely sure what happened to the other championship contender there, but once he got stuck behind John Ornt, it was over for him, and he had no chance at all at getting to the other championship contenders. That's a tough break for the number 4. But hey, you know what? That's just the way it is. But anyways, Stuart Grattan wins the championship. I apologize that my announcing wasn't the best in this one. But I think a lot of you guys are happy that one of the fan favorites on this channel got a championship here on Napa Fan, and Stuart Gratton is going to celebrate his Season 3 Napa Truck Series championship. Most likely, no, not most likely, he'll definitely be celebrating, and I know that much. But a great season for Stuart Gratton, a great season for Cookie Helms, Jack Porkins, and even Marty Johnson. All of those guys did a fantastic job this season. That's why they were the final 4 drivers. But Stuart Gratton showed us that he was the best of all of them, and it's Stuart Gratton who wins the Season 3 Napa Truck Series Championship. So thank you guys very much for watching. Once again, I'd like to apologize for my announcing. It wasn't the best, but I am going to make sure that my announcing for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race tomorrow is perfect. And I know it's not going to be, but it should be better than this one. But anyways, tomorrow you guys will see the Chick-fil-A 500, the finale race in season number 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. You have Matt Dalio, the defending Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion, in the Final 4. You have Trey Bartow, a 5-season veteran over there. You got Tyler Selzman in his final season of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series in the Final 4. And then you got the dark horse, Cody Smart, who I think's going to get it done. That rookie driver right there looking to steal one. He does not have a win yet in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and Gratton came in here without a win as well. Think about that one right there. But it's Stuart Gratton, the Season 3 Napa Truck Series champion, and he gets it done here in the Homestead Miami Speedway in the NRLOA Podcast 250 as well. So congratulations to Stuart Gratton for getting the Season 3 championship. Thank you guys very much for watching this whole season. Like I said, the Napa Truck Series most likely will not return until September 2017. I know that's a long time from now, but I'm in my senior year of high school. Not in yet, but I will be in my senior year of high school, and I'm just not going to have time to be doing 6 races a week. I'm going to be cutting it down to 2. I'm only going to have time to basically do 1 series at a time because of that. And by the time we get to September 2017, I'm going to probably be in college, and I'll probably only have time for 1 race a week when we get to that. But I'm never stopping. I'm going to keep on doing this until something happens to my computer, something happens to me, and I can't physically do it. But, yeah, I'm going to keep on doing this until I can't do it. Let's just say that. So, you guys won't have to worry about me leaving YouTube again. I've learned my lesson, and I'm good to go. And we're good to go here on Napa Fan for many years to come. Stuart Gratton's pretty good to go. The champion here in the Season 3 of the Napa Truck Series. He gets it done in the NRLOA Podcast 250. And that is it for me. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Here are the final point standings for the Napa Truck Series Season number 3, and that is it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Chick-fil-A 500, and I will see you guys later.
Already made up my mind, and I'm not gonna waste my time. No, I'm not gonna waste my time.